spoiled meat, what I recommend to you is to harvest the spoiled meat to get maggots. You get maggots from spoiled meat, and from rotten fruit you get grub worms for fishing. This maggot, if you get an infected wound, you can actually put the maggots on the infection and they'll eat away the infection, and then you re-bandage. And so that's how that works. First steps first, treating an infected wound. You gotta get an infected wound first. So you go swimming with piranhas. If you're wearing armor, piranhas actually won't injure your skin. They didn't injure mine. Okay, so we're gonna let that fester and get infected. Okay, the recording has started. Thing just missed it, but it said I've set up a wound infection, and I fell asleep. I went to sleep to try to get the wound to set up a little bit faster. So it's set up pretty good. So now what you do is put some maggots on that wound. Just like that. And something else I did to prepare for this is I cooked some more Quassia Amara to get rid of my fever. Once that fever's gone, it's just all a matter of eating away the infection. Now what you do is you watch the magnifying glass, and when the magnifying glass clears up, that means the maggots have eaten the infection away. However, you'll have a new wound, and that means you need to bandage the new wound. It's still the same old wound, but it's just a wound without the infection. So this is not going to heal you. It's just going to help get rid of the infection. You're still going to have to eventually bandage it. But if you're dying and you don't have a bandage and you have a wound infection, that's why you carry maggots. The maggots don't die. And the maggots take up a very, very small portion of your backpack. I usually carry 3 just in case I get into a really nasty fight. But you're not gonna get into too bad, really nasty fights. So. We'll come back when it's time to bandage the infection. Okay, the infection has gone. The maggots have eaten the infection away. Now it's time to bandage it properly. Sometimes infection can set up faster, sometimes it'll set up slower. So we'll bandage this real quick. And putting a regular bandage on it is not recommended, but it'll work. You'll probably have to bandage it again, and it'll go away after that. But I recommend putting like an ash bandage on it. And that's it. That's that. I'm gonna teach y'all something here in a signal. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you guys is a little trick. Say you're just getting started out, your health is absolute max, and you don't have the fortune of being able to get find the tobacco bandage, which I have on me, but let's just see what happens. This is weird. This is the second time that's happened where I've come across a tobacco plant while playing right after bit by a rattlesnake, because that just usually just never happens. It just doesn't happen. Oh, that's exactly what we need right here. So, cut this down. We're gonna have to make some room in the backpack. We're gonna have to make it fast. Destroy, 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 destroy. Okay. Look at the venom count. The venom count went to 1. I don't want you guys to rely on this. Don't think that this goes down the same way that it's going to go down with me, but I'm going to show you. There, that's why we keep emergency fire kit. My energy is dropping pretty slow for the snake bite, but
yes!
Well, not really that slow, but it was dropping a lot faster until I ate. So, real quick, you gotta grab some water. Look at that. Did you see it? The venom is gone. We just survived a snake bite without a tobacco bandage. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is find out what happens when you get bit by the Goliath bird eater. So we got bit. We did I don't usually sleep on the ground, but it was in a cave, and when I went to the back of the cave, I couldn't find my way out, and it was just too dark, and I just kind of got where it was that one cave where it's got a curve at the entrance, so I got stuck in the back room. What I'm gonna do now that I've been bit, is I'm gonna go get this plant right here again. And I'm going to go ahead and make a fire, get rid of the fever. So the course, the venom ran its course rather quickly for the bird eater spider. I didn't even really need to use a bandage or anything like that. This is when I first started playing. This is my first camp that I ever made. Oh, I take that back. This might not be the first, but this is the first actual larger camp that I made and used this type of thing here.
Bitch!
picked him up down the road by the Jeep. I knew it was going to
Yes!
And so I used my bone shards too, because I only used one, but I had to do that. We're still running fever, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these coconut bowls instead of using my canteen. And the good thing about these coconut bowls that you leave, if you leave them around on the ground when you need them, you can, because you can't carry a half a coconut bowl full of water with you, but what you can do is you can pour them into your canteen, fill your canteen back up. So I really don't need this thing, but the fever is going to run its course probably pretty quick, but I'm going to go ahead and cure the fever, and then I'll just end the video. So fever's gone. And that's the effects of the Goliath bird eater. Now, if you're kind of weak in energy and you're tramping through the jungle and you get bit, the best thing I can advise you to do is find some energy mushrooms or some orange fruit, because it gives you a little bit of water, or pop open a coconut or two and drink it, and it may save your life. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you're bit by the Brazilian wandering spider. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Ah! Okay, we're bit. That is a lot of venom. Let's look at the bite. Let's see what the bite looks like. I've heard you can actually gain immunity. Okay, so it looks like a stingray bite, or stingray sting. So this is what a stingray sting will usually look like. And with the stingray sting, it works the same way with a snake bite, and Brazilian wandering spider probably works as well. Is you put the tobacco bandage on it. Now what's crazy is that venom's coursing hasn't even dropped to 2 yet, and let's go ahead and make some fever brew. Now we're down to 2 venom. We just got rid of the fever, and that's part of the fight. So what the magnifying glass is representing is the bite. I didn't know that venom was a 3 for the wandering spider. I thought it was a 2. They may have patched it where the wandering spider is no more deadly than the rattlesnake. Man, it's really doing me in. And it's not having any effect on my life either. Okay, so on this one, it appears that I may have to use the tobacco dressing to survive. But I also was at a lower health level when I got bit with that one. Yeah, this one's gonna try to kill me. Okay. So. It slowed the venom down. So don't count on surviving the Brazilian wandering spider bite. It's hard to get bit by that spider though. You know, I had to walk right over on top of him. You can hear him scurrying around, so just don't get bit by him. Alright guys, that is everything that I could possibly think of when it comes to your first aid health. That is the normal ways of healings, that is the unorthodox ways of healing. I've shown you the normal ways to heal in the first aid video, all the bandages. The only thing I didn't do in the first aid video that I wanted to do and I just forgot was add the orange mushrooms thing and the green food, the green fruit to get rid of the parasites, as well as curing food poisoning with that white bottle of pills. And you'll know it when you see it, but for the most part, that the bottle of pills isn't gonna, it's not something you want to be super worried about having on you. I mean, charcoal's fine. You can eat a piece of charcoal and then just eat a piece of meat to cover your sanity for it, and boom, it's just like you had the bottle of pills. Super easy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it, and I'll be making probably the next tutorial about weapons making, since the first tutorial screwed up. I'm either going to make a 1.1 or I'm going to go back and redo tutorial 1 and add all sorts of weapons so people understand and know how to make that stuff before they progress in my videos to more advanced things. So thank you for watching again.